Let's discuss the reasons why today's women dislike the concept of males having their own life and going about things in their own unique way.
Unique way.
Why do these ladies have a problem with males leading lifestyles that cater to their own needs and whims? Why does it present such a problem for women when men decide that they either don't need women in their lives any longer or that they just can't take the drama that comes along with being in a relationship? Feminists who advocate for gender equality should, according to the idea, be enamored by men's autonomy. It's like a group of guys who treat women with the same amount of contempt that women frequently demonstrate toward men, but unfortunately, they pick a helpful method over an extremely detrimental way. High responsibility, cultivating the mindset and mentality of a guy who works harder than them and provides for them for the rest of his life is the only way to secure a high-quality result. This is one of the raw facts that explains why modern feminine women dislike men with high accountability. MGTOW men are because, now that men are expected to do more work while providing women with a larger share of the benefits, it is difficult for women fighting for equality to know that some men have realized this and are backing off and embracing the MGTOW life.
That's encouraging.
If males are told that they are needed because they are expected to accomplish much more than their fair share and provide women with at least half of the wealth, they will be able to recognize when they are needed. If women were on our side, they would encourage men who opt to live alone and our numbers would keep growing. However, feminists and other MGTOW detractors are not on our side. According to my view, the majority of women are simply bluffing gamblers trying to gain a man's love if the male reveals what a terrible hand she was dealt. May asserts that if men treated women equally, more men would follow their own paths, which is something that neither women nor feminists are happy about. Women didn't have access to a way of life where they could interact romantically with other women in public until the middle to late 20th century.
It's a way of life.
As more men leave their homes to build their own fortunes and lead their own lives, women will become poorer or more dependent on loans and the government. In my opinion, women typically say one thing while truly meaning another because it's the social norm. They don't appear to be able to approach anything in life directly, thus it's difficult for them.
About anything in my life.
Women will become more dependent due to the fact that men in the real world have a variety of goals to work toward. We simply do not have the luxury of being purposefully provocative. Women, on the other hand, cannot afford to be secretive or upfront because if something goes wrong and we know what they're planning, where they stand on a subject, or what their true motivations are, they won't want us to fully hold them accountable. Throughout history, women have been physically and mentally more vulnerable than men have been. This is because women have been the bearers of children.
I think pregnancy is beautiful.
The genes of women who were more successful than their predecessors in swaying men's opinions have been handed down to the following generation. They despise MGTOW because it contradicts what they believe, and they are unhappy with us because we took what they said literally rather than utilizing it as a test to put them in the position that is rightfully theirs. The men of today can be classified into two distinct groups. The first category includes the cowardly guys who cater to the desires of women. The second group comprises blue pills, which have the desire to gratify women so that they can form intimate connections with them and find true love. These men pay attention to and take into account the needs and desires of women.
What women most desire.
There is a third category of guys, those who walk their own way and take seriously the claims made by women that they do not need males. They believe that if this is the case, then taking all of the risks and appreciating the closeness of the connection are not adequate arguments for a man to remain in a relationship. It used to be that dying in battle caused men less anguish and suffering, at least in the past, but that is no longer the case. If a man goes through a divorce and loses his home, his children, his wife, as well as his sense of purpose, respect, and self-esteem, he is in a much more dire situation than a man who dies fighting in a war.
He's lost his self-esteem.
The women only want us to fall for the trap and start an attack on their territory. Our conflict with them takes place in the context of the love game. When women project an image of frailty, they encourage men to step up, become involved, and take care of them. This gives women more power.
Women empower.
On the other hand, males will continue to pursue their own interests and look for other reasons to exist in addition to defending women as women continue to establish their influence more and more. Why do we still exist if women do not require the safety that we provide? Women want men to stay by their sides, look out for them, and listen to them vent about their issues, but at the same time, they want men to feel that they are capable of functioning without us. Because it promotes the idea that males should have more freedom, feminism has been disastrous for the majority of women in Western countries. Women need men more than they realize because they are unhappy with their jobs and are becoming crazy lonely cat ladies, but they won't admit it as long as it is taboo to do so. This is because women are becoming crazy lonely cat ladies because they are dissatisfied with their jobs and are becoming crazy lonely.
She'll become a crazy cat lady!
They won't really grasp its significance until our culture as a whole grows more traditional over the next few years. After that, women will declare that they require men not because it is accurate, but because it is fashionable to do so. Many men will genuinely respond and aid women who cry out for assistance from men, re-establishing what is commonly referred to as the traditional relationship. It is likely that many men will respond to women's appeals for assistance and come to assist them. In exchange, women will receive conventional relationships, and a new variety of neo-traditionalism will become apparent.
From relationship to relationship.
Neo-traditionalism will encourage women to enlist the help of men, which will make a comeback. If feminists persist in destroying our societies by bringing in large numbers of right-wing immigrants, powerful men will eventually move away from the countries in which they are highly appreciated.
Alone!
Men who want to behave autonomously have a tendency to steer clear of women and refrain from participating in games. As a consequence of this, we amass greater riches while simultaneously alienating the women, who become disheartened as a result of seeing what they are unable to have. In a nutshell, this is the naked truth on the reason why modern feminine women dislike MGTOW males. It's because it goes against what they're trying to do, and it puts them in a risky position if and when they have to deal with the wrath of life without any men to help and support them. The reason for this is that it goes against what they're trying to achieve.
Making you an uncontrollable monster.
Thank you very much for watching. Kindly give it a like and subscribe.